Hi y'all, welcome to my channel. I am a homeschooling mom of 5 kids, 4 and under, and in today's video we're going to talk a little bit about how we did a Classical Conversations Community Day without a community. So stay tuned. Classical Conversations. So that's something that if you have been anywhere in the homeschooling world, you have probably heard about it. You might not know exactly what it is, but Classical Conversations is a classical Christian community, and a lot of people would kind of probably describe it as a co-op. You do meet once a week. I always say it's kind of like a co-op, but it's more than a co-op. It's so much more. And so this video is not going to really go into what it is. It's going to be a little bit more specific on community days, and even more specifically, doing a community day without having a community. So a little bit of background. We are a military family, so we move around a lot. And so we do have another move coming up. So for that and various other different reasons, we were not able to join a community for this semester. Now we are going to join a community when we get to where we're going. So this video is not me telling you not to join a community. In fact, it would probably be the opposite. Having a community is wonderful, especially if you are a new homeschooling mom or even an experienced homeschooling mom. Like, it's just fabulous. We were in a community all of last year, and it was the most wonderful experience for all of us, for my kids, for myself. I loved being able to have that group of mamas that I trusted, that I knew could help me out if I needed it. So if you are part of CC and you are trying to decide whether or not to join a community, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So, but because this year we could not join a community, I was super bummed out about it. We tried, and it was just not going to work out, and all the doors were closing. And so after talking about it and praying about it, we just decided, okay, we're just not going to do it until we get to where we're going, which is kind of halfway through the semester. And so we've got about 7 weeks that is basically us on our own. And I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My kids woke up. My mother is here, thank you, Lord. And so she's kind of watching them in the other room. But, you know, they're kids, so they're playing and they're loud. So sorry about that. So when I realized that we couldn't join a community right away, I was so bummed out. I was really sad because I love having those people to just glean wisdom from. But my husband, my wonderful husband, he said, well, why don't we have it here and we could do it on Saturdays and I can help you out. And I was just like, that's just my dream. I just absolutely love that he said that. And so once he started saying that, then my wheels started turning and I started getting to planning. So what we have is essentially like a family community day where we do kind of all the things that they do in a normal community day that you would go to at your local CC community, but it's just us as a family. So that takes definitely a lot more prep on my part, and I was a little bit intimidated by that. Now we have only had our first day, so if it is a total bust, I will update this video and let you know how it goes. But basically what we did is we prayed, we did our new grammar, which is our new memory work for the week. We did an art project. We did presentation and snacks. We did a science project. And then normally we would have review time, but we didn't need to have review time because it was the very first week. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and show you kind of how I organized that. And then I'll actually show you a little bit of how the first day went. So this is the flex binder that I used to store all of our new grammar or our new information in. And if you saw how I organized the space unit from The Good and the Beautiful, you saw kind of an inside look at what these look like when you first get them. And it's a 5-star flex binder. I'll try to remember to link below so that way you can check it out. This cover here I actually designed on canva.com, and this is my favorite quote from, I guess it's like a motto from Classical Conversations: to know God and to make him known, because that is basically why we are on the earth, right? So cycle 2, Classical Conversations, Pursuing Peace Academy, and then the year, and then a verse down here that is kind of like my life verse. But my life is worth nothing to me unless I use it for finishing the work assigned me by the Lord Jesus, the work of telling others the good news about the wonderful grace of God. So that's kind of my life verse. And so if you're in CC and you went to practicum, you know that they were kind of, the roots was kind of the theme of it. So I decided to go with this tree in the background. So what I did is I separated them by subject. So I used this notebook in place of like kind of a trifold board or something like that tutors will normally use, because I didn't have one, and because I knew my husband was going to be with me. So I knew one of us could hold it while the other one kind of goes through it with the kids. So this is math. So this is week 1. And I got all of these printables from CC Connected. If you are a part of CC, but you have not subscribed to CC Connected, I highly recommend it, especially if you are in a place like we are and cannot join a community for whatever reason. So that's math. This is Latin. Keppel is the username for that. And we also have the app. So we use the app also in conjunction with kind of flipping through these. We'll use the songs. The next one is science. So I have this. And then I just downloaded here. This is the hand motions for cycle 2 for science memory work, the 5th edition. So I have all the hand motions there, so I don't have to try to come up with things myself. Sometimes I do, but it's nice having that kind of backup for it. And then this is the science project. We did this, and this comes from the book 201 Awesome, Magical, Bizarre, and Incredible Experiments, and it references it in your 5th edition Foundations book. I made a copy of it and put it in here, and that way we can have it when we went over. And actually, our community day, it was raining and super cloudy, and obviously for this experiment you need the sun, and so we couldn't do it, but we were able to do it on Sunday. So Sunday was really nice. Again, these are all from CC Connected. And then this is all different things from CC Connected, and I will do a separate video on what we're using to supplement cycle 2. And so keep an eye out for that one. This is just going to be how I organized our community day. So 8 parts of speech. This is English, history, geography. And then what we did for geography is I got those dry erase pockets. I made a copy of the map from the Foundations book, curriculum book, and I had them color in the different continents and then also color in the different oceans. And then we have art, and these are the 5 elements of shape, oils, and I actually got this idea from someone on Pinterest. And so I will link that below because I always want to give credit where credit is due. But I did go in and draw all of this. And then I printed out extra sheets that didn't have the lines or didn't have the curved lines or angles or anything in there for them. So that way they can go in and draw it themselves. And then I have this pocket back here where I can keep all of their artwork. So this is all their artwork from Saturday. I thought they did such a fabulous job. And then here I have just extras. I'll kind of go through stuff like this when I get to the video of what we use to supplement. And then the binder just came with extra notebook paper and graphing paper. So that's pretty much it. And then I just made sure I had all of the songs that we needed. Hi. And so then I just made sure we had all of the songs that we needed. I like to have a song for each of them, so each of the science ones. And again, I found that on CC Connected. So it's really good to have that because songs just make the memory work so much more enjoyable and so much more doable. So we all gathered in the living room for our family community day. And we started off with prayer. Then we started pretty much doing our new grammar, which is just all the new memory work that we're going to memorize throughout the week for all the different subjects. I like to do hand motions and songs for all of them just because of the age of my kids. hand motions and songs makes it very memorable. And that's pretty much all that we do as far as memory work throughout the week. I am planning on making a separate video of how we do the Classical Conversations memory work with little ones. So stay tuned for that. Timeline is one of my favorite subjects and one that the kids absolutely love. Since we've already gone through a cycle last year, then we already know the timeline song, and so it's just starting over again. So what I'm doing here is I throw the 7 timeline cards that we're going to be learning this week on the ground, and they have to go and they put them in order. It's one of the things they love doing the most. Part of our new grammar is geography, and that we do at the table, and these are those pockets that I was telling you about earlier. You could also use just regular sheet protectors. You don't have to get these, and I just had them color in the continents in one color and then color in the oceans in a separate color. Next we have art, and week 1 introduces the 5 elements of shape, and this is where I use those sheets of paper that I created using kind of a template from someone on Pinterest, which again I will link below so that way you can go check that out. They were a big hit. We also drew a fish using the 5 elements of shapes, and I think they did such a good job with this. I was very proud.
My name is Abby, and today I'm going to introduce my lab.
Next we have presentations. This is one of my favorites. I just absolutely love hearing what they have to say. Of course, we do snacks during presentation, so that way little mouths and little hands are busy.
How do plants grow? No, about the seed.
And then one of my favorite moments is when they ask questions at the end, because when you get kids this small, your questions usually don't ever have anything to do with the actual presentation. Yeah, so Solomon's first presentation. So you say hi.
Hi.
Say, my name is Solomon.
My name is Solomon.
And today I'm going to talk about my hat.
And today I'm going to talk about my hat.
Okay, now show them your hat.
Look, I got Mickey and a stray dog.
This is Solomon's first year doing CC, and he is 4.5, and he did such a good job on his presentation. This is his very first presentation, and I'm so proud of him. He was not shy at all, and he just got up there and he did it. He's so good.
Thank you, Dad. This concludes my presentation. Today we're going to run the presentation. Okay.
And of course, my Aubrey is the least shy in the bunch, and she decided to just show us how to paint our nails.
Yes, Solomon. Why is there metal forget but those makeups? So they can keep safe.
Very good. Yes.
This one concludes my presentation.
Yay! And so like I had said before, the day that we had it was raining, and so we couldn't do it that day, but the next day was actually very nice, so we decided to go ahead and do our experiments. We have a park that's pretty close to our house. It's walking distance, so we were able to just go do our science experiments. And of course, we can't go to the park without playing in the park. So then we just decided to let the kids run around and play for a little bit. It ended up being such a fun and wonderful and memorable day for all of us. much, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe below and click the bell icon so that way you get notified whenever new videos pop up. And keep an eye out for that other video of what we use to supplement cycle 2. Again, I hope this was an encouragement to you. If you are not a part of a community, it is still definitely doable. But if you can be a part of a community, I highly recommend it because it is so beneficial, not only for you as a mama, but for your kids also. So, all right, guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye.